There's going to be a bike safety class sponsored by AARP for community leaders. A very select group of community leaders will be invited to participate in a class, sitting down and learning about bicycle rules, safety, and then actually going out on the road to some of those disastrous intersections in Newport to understand what it is we're asking people to do. So getting people out onto the road so that when we're out here talking, myself included, about what we want people to do, we know what it feels like to be there and know how we want to teach them and if there are any things we need to share resources on to improve for them. And forums. We'll be having a community forum so that all this information that the community is now thinking about and being excited about and wanting to share, and oh yeah, that intersection is really the worst, and you know, I can't stand it when people ride this way or that way, and there's no way I'm going to put my kid on a bicycle until you fix this particular spot, and when the heck are we going to repave Spring Street, can all be collected. Not necessarily discussed, but collected. Collect all the information from the community, sift through it, find what the common threads are, establish priorities, and then be able to have a plan of how we're going to go about it. So what's happening in Newport is a really good example. It's a model for Middletown, it's a model for Portsmouth, of how we all come together, we sift through the information, we prioritize, we go in baby steps. If we went into Newport City Hall and we said, here's the bike plan, plunk, you know, and put it on the desk, it would be a lot of work, a lot of good thinking, a lot of research, a lot of sense, but it would go nowhere because it's just too big. And if we go in and we say, okay, you know, what are the things we can work on together? And City Hall says, don't talk to us about painting, you know, painting bike lanes on the roads. Nobody knows how to ride. And we say, okay, let's talk about education. Guess what? We're working together. You know, you have to find the things that you can work together and move together with baby steps. So that's what's happening in Newport. We'd love to see it happen in Middletown and in Portsmouth. At the Blackstone event that Dick was referring to, Senator Reid stood up and in the front of the group, one of the things he said was, why can't I ride my bike from here to Newport? The bike lanes all over the state are so fabulous. Why can't we connect down? Why don't we have, you know, a bike route that circles the city? Why don't we identify some parts that are off of the roads? There's plenty we can do as an island. The Aquinic Island Transportation Study certainly identified some opportunities. So it really is an island-wide issue. What we're doing in Newport is a great model for it. I like to call it guided collaboration. You know, we all come into the room together and let's figure out a way to kind of guide and facilitate that collaboration in Portsmouth among all of you, and then island-wide, Portsmouth, Middletown, and Newport, we can make it happen.